Hey, it's Sean here. I'm back at home in Bristol, and literally just started to do a video and my dad started cutting the grass. So this video is just essentially a load of stuff that I found out by researching Pokemon Go this weekend. So the highest level that you can get to as a trainer is 40. To level up from level 39 to 40 takes 5 million experience points. The grand total of EXP points that you need to get from number 1 to 40 is 20 million. So that works out, like, roughly, if you include evolutions and all sort of that, you'd have to catch around 50,000 Pokemon to get to level 40, which is loads. So eggs cap at level 20. So if you hatch an egg at, say, level 31, then the egg is going to be just as strong and just as good as it would have been when you were level 20 or 22 or whatever. Wild Pokemon, they cap at level 30. So meaning after level 30, everybody's on the same playing field then, and everybody's catching the same sort of level Pokemon. So I guess after level 30, that's when you start getting your stardust out, getting your candies out, and start leveling those suckers up. Mewtwo, Moltres, Articuno and Zapdos are all in the game, but they are marked as legendary Pokemon. So some code which was found in the game tells you that they do have a spawn rate, so there is a chance of them popping up, I guess, but they don't have a catch rate, which has raised a lot of questions on how you'd actually catch them. Would it be through using a Master Ball? Maybe it's that you don't use Pokeball at all and you maybe have to like defeat them in battle, or something like in the actual game trailer, everybody was like fighting Mewtwo. Maybe you have to beat him before you can catch him. Lots of unanswered questions there, but they are in the game somewhere. Also, Ditto is in there somewhere as well. He's out there somewhere, apparently, according to the game's code. So the Master Ball, as I mentioned, that is in the game, but how you get it, nobody really knows. And Mew isn't like a normal or a legendary Pokemon, it is a mythic Pokemon. Not sure what that means, but Mew is in there somewhere as well, according to the game's code. So the Pokemon have a predetermined base, attack, defense, and stamina stats. There's no differentiation between attack and defense and special defense like there is in the DS, Game Boy Advance games. But the actual base stats that are in Pokemon Go are based on the stats in the actual handheld games. And they are based on this formula, which I'm going to put on the screen, which, based on that formula, Dragonite has the largest base attack stat of any Pokemon in the game, excluding legendaries, of course, with 250, and Mewtwo has the strongest attack of all the legendaries with 284. Of the legendary birds, Moltres has the highest attack, and Articuno has the highest defense. So, defending Pokemon at a gym, attack every 1.5 seconds. Also, same type attack bonus is also present in the game as well. A grass Pokemon using a grass move would get a 25% bonus than, say, normal Pokemon using the same grass move. There's an achievement and a badge rank, which is above gold. Curveballs and accurate throws are proven that they actually do help increase catching chances based on stuff which people have found in the game's code. So there's an incubator in the code called the distance incubator, which a lot of people are speculating means that it will cut down the amount of distance you have to travel to actually hatch an egg. Individual moves have an accuracy and critical hit rate, so Pokemon do become harder to catch as you move up the levels, which probably explains why Pidgeys are still breaking out of my Great Balls and doing my absolute head in on a daily basis. So in gym battles, or normal battles or whatever, the charge meter is boosted 0.5 for every 1 hit point that is delivered, which makes a critical hit and super effective moves even more important to rebuilding and recharging the charge meter, so to speak. So each Pokemon also has an individual value bonus. So while all the Pokemons of the same type will have the same sort of like base attack stat, or defense or stamina, different Pokemon of the same type or the same breed or whatever may have up to a 15-point bonus. So you could have a Dragonite with, say, 251 attack, or you could have a Dragonite with, say, 260 attack based on these individual value bonus modifiers. Now, there are ways that you can go to try and work out what the individual values are, because you can't actually find them out in the game. You have to use like quite a sort of complicated equation-based method. I'll send you a link to a really good place to try and work out some of these individual value things too. But if you want to be like breeding the perfect Pokemon to like be taking on some of the toughest gyms, that's definitely a factor that you're going to have to bear in mind when sort of selecting which Pokemon to start using your Stardust to level up and so forth. So Pokemon nests, they're a thing. So Pokemon nests are where a load of the same Pokemon all sort of can be found like really close by. So like your nearby list could be just completely filled with like Bulbasaur or something. So those are going to be good for when you're wanting to build up your candies to sort of evolve Pokemon. They're completely randomly generated, and they're not like tied to any landmarks or anything, so they could just be like in a field or something, but they're permanent, so they don't just disappear after the despawn time is up. They will always be there. So if you do come across a nest full of rare Pokemon, then it's probably worth noting down where that is, because that's going to be good to come back to. I mean, London does just feel like one massive drowsy nest, but apparently you can get nests of like far rarer, far better Pokemon. And this is quite an old one as well, but I thought I'd just throw it in since we're doing Pokemon Go facts and stuff. You can choose what your Eevee evolves into based on one of the episodes of the anime where Ash fights the Eevee brothers. One's called Rainer, one's called Pyro, one's called Sparky. And if you name your Eevee after one of those three trainers, then the Eevee will evolve into whatever that trainer had. So Pyro was for Flareon, Sparky Jolteon, and Rainer would be Vaporeon. So yeah, there's just some stuff about Pokemon Go that I found out this weekend. Hopefully you found some of it useful. If you hadn't heard any of it before, I'm going to put some links of some good places to go if you want to like find out more about it, and also the people who like also found this stuff out. This is just like me finding other people's research essentially and just sharing it with you guys, just in case you hadn't heard it before. But don't worry, I haven't been mining the Pokemon Go data ranks and so forth. That's been down to people a lot smarter than me. Like if you found out something new, and make sure you subscribe as well, and share this video with some other Pokemon Go players if you found stuff useful. See you later, bye!